What's going on, you guys? AJ Tucker here with AJ Self Defense, man. And today I want to talk about the sad story of Susana Morales. I got to talk about these things when they pop up. This happened a couple of years ago, and this young man was convicted of murder in 2024. So the way it went down is the young lady was walking home. She was 15 years old at the time. She was walking home, and they saw on her Life 360 that she was walking home. She said she was going to be home, and then all of a sudden, the Life 360 started going 40 miles per hour in the opposite direction. So that's a problem. And then she was missing, and the family looked for her. It was a huge story on the news. The detective put in work. They did everything they could to try to find her, and a lot of time went by. Finally, they had a break in the case. There was somebody doing some off-roading, and he ended up finding a body. Now, the body was just a skeleton. It didn't have anything, like barely, like nothing on it. But they finally concluded that it was Susana Morales. Now they was trying to figure out who did it, what happened. Maybe she was just a missing person. At first they didn't know it was her, but then 100 feet away from the body, they found a weapon, and this weapon belonged to Miles Bryant. Now, Miles Bryant was a police officer. He was also a peace officer at the apartment. That's basically where you agree to patrol the apartment and you get a reduced rate, or they let you stay in the apartment for free. And so he's patrolling around, and so they start to question him. They're like, hey man, what are you doing? They didn't say they found the weapon or anything like that, but he did report his weapon stolen whenever he lost it. So here you can see he's talking to the police officers. He's saying that his weapon is stolen, and he's even painting a picture. He was like, oh yeah, those kids, they coming from there. They run from the creek. I probably left my door unlocked, and he, put that lie in place a long time ago. Now, when they started to bring him in for questioning, he just kept running his mouth, but they were definitely on to him. And then they started to find evidence of him harassing other people, breaking in other women's home. Um, here you see him going up to a girl's house and he's knocking on the door trying to find her. And she did not want him there. And they basically questioned him about that. So they started to find evidence that, yeah, this guy is a creep. Now, why would you take somebody out that you don't know for to carry out something like that? It is crazy, man. It's unusual. It doesn't happen a lot, and it's a parent's worst night. It's a family's worst nightmare. And this guy is an officer. So I make these videos to let you know that attacks can come from anyone. It's not that person walking around at 2 a.m. in the alley. It could be broad daylight, and it could be an officer that you see every day. Somebody with a badge on, but actually a creep. But big shout outs to the officers who do great work. I'm talking about that 0.01% population that is a creep, and they will take on any profession to carry out what they do. So they found evidence, or actually he did it. They found old stories of this guy actually breaking into women's home, stealing their underwear and things like that. And if it's at the apartment, this is where he patrolled at. He's supposed to be the one keeping the peace, but he's actually being a creeper. And this guy had awards. He was in the military. He's a soldier. He's a veteran. But I will tell you, man, veterans are great, but also some of the worst people I ever met, I was in the military with. So it's all shapes and sizes. Just because somebody has a uniform on, it doesn't automatically make that person good, but also it doesn't automatically make that person bad. So it's a very tragic story, man. As you can see, like the Life 360, it helps, locate, but when it comes down to it, it may not stop someone. So I just wanted to highlight this story, man, just to keep that awareness out there. Keep your head on the swivel. Watch your family. Be safe out there. That's all I got.